a pro guide for the Voyager tournament as well. So here you see the banner for the tournament. The ball that has come out so far for this tournament is the Voyager ball. I think there may be another ball coming out tomorrow. Pretty decent wind resistance ball. I don't know that I would use these balls in pro or rookie, but definitely something to consider if you play expert or masters. Wind resistance always helps. So for pro division, I'll probably stick to using the extra mile. I don't know that many pro players would have Thor's Hammer 4. Maybe they do. But I'll stick to the extra mile 4 just to make things easy, or extra mile 6. But really all you need on this hole is the extra mile and the sniper. I'm not going to play pro with this account, so it looks like I can shoot like a -7 without qualifying. So scores are going to be really low this tournament. There is 3 par 5s that are pretty easy to eagle, or should be eagled if you want to have a chance to win. And hole number 2 is a par 4 that's a good eagle chance. And hole number 7. So if I were to play the pro division, my goal would be to shoot 14 under. So that's what I'm going to try to do right here. I'm going to try to put together shots that would shoot 14 under, and then I'll forfeit a couple holes as needed. The way I like to play this hole is going, it's kind of a layup shot to the right side. Especially with this wind, what that gives you is it gives you a pretty straight tailwind for the second shot. And to me, that's with the sniper, I think that gives me the best shot to make the albatross on this hole. Whoops. So I like to aim right about here and about 3.5 topspin. And then from there, I'll adjust pretty close to max distance. So roughly 3 rings, and then as much curl as we can do. Because I aimed so far away, I don't think the great ball is going to be too big of a deal. It is going to make the second shot a little bit longer though. So, a little bit unfortunate there, but with the Titan ball and the sniper, we should still be fine. As you can see, this shot over here from the left side, it's a little more risky on the drive, and it also gives you a crosswind on the second shot, which is kind of difficult to adjust for, in my opinion. I'd rather adjust for the shot that's almost directly downwind, just because I think it gives you a little bit easier adjustment. So I'm gonna have to improvise a little bit here. So I'm gonna go 1 backspin and 1 right spin. And then so that looks pretty good. So I'm gonna come down 7 rings from there, which is roughly right there. Oh, missed perfect ball badly there. But should still be a pretty easy eagle. nothing too much to worry about. If I hit my drive a little bit better and don't hit the rough, that adjustment's a lot easier, but I kind of made it difficult on myself. But as you can see, even with a bad drive, still a pretty easy eagle on this hole. So what I like to do for shots like this is aim on the far left edge of the cup. Oops. Dang it. And try to hit perfect or great to the right. So that kind of gives me 2 places that I can hit it and still make it every single time. If I aim it in the middle of the cup and hit great left or great right, I could miss. So if I aim at the left edge of the cup, I can hit either perfect or great to the right and still make it. So I'm gonna try something right here. So we're at minimum club. Ooh, very minimum club. So I'm gonna go about 2 backspin and no side spin. And then from right, about where my crosshairs are is where I'm aiming. So I'm gonna go about 6 rings from there. And see if that ends up being any good at all. Ooh, too hot. So, definitely in the expert division, gonna need a little more backspin if I'm gonna try that, or in pro division, gonna need a little more backspin to try that route. I don't really recommend that route, as it's very risky, as you can see. Yeah, as you can see, this one's a lot safer shot, but I think it's not as good of a chance as a hole-in-one, so kind of just wanted to get a feel for that shot, but probably not something I'm going to do in the pro or expert division, and definitely not rookie division. So we'll move on to hole number 2. I'm gonna stick with the extra mile on hole number 2. It's a drivable par 4, and I think if you have a Thor's hammer, definitely use the Thor's hammer. But if you don't have a Thor's hammer, the extra mile is good enough. Let's see. So we're looking at 48 backspin. So we'll see how this plays. So we are downwind here, which is good for us. Should make it pretty easy shot in my opinion. Really not much risk if you set it up right. I don't really recommend this shot, but we'll see how it turns out. I'm afraid he's gonna go in the water though. Yeah, definitely. So we'll see if we can make an eagle here and kind of save this guy a little bit. So I'm gonna go full backspin and full left spin. And then we need to adjust about 3 rings. Typically, I'm going to adjust about 3.5. So from right there About 3.5 rings right there. Full left curl. Try not to overpower it. And that should be alright. Not bad at all. So, as you can see right there, Extra model doesn't have the most backspin in the world, but it's really not too big of an issue. At level 6, you have enough distance and enough backspin to easily eagle this hole every single time, so this is definitely one you're going to want to get. Yeah, so I just wouldn't recommend that shot at all. Just not a good percentage shot. So perfect ball should get us our eagle. And that's a pretty good start there. That's really what we're looking for. We want to make, like I said, if your goal is the same as mine, which is to shoot 14 under, you're going to want to get this one, and you're going to want to get number 7 as well. So, moving on to number 3. I think the backbone will be alright here, and I'll probably go with a navigator, I imagine. So my backbone here is 1.4 per ring, roughly. And we're kind of towards max club, so I think I'm gonna go 1 top spin and half right spin maybe. And then I would typically adjust 4 rings, so I'll probably adjust 4.5 here. Shot's a little bit downhill. Perfect ball. Oh, so close. So, not too bad there. I think maybe take off that half bar right spin, and that might have gone in. There is also the option here, a little bit less risky shot, is to play a full backspin shot on your Guardian. It's going to get you the really easy birdie on this hole, but kind of takes away most of your chances of making a hole-in-one, so I kind of like, so you really want to get up on top of that hill. But yeah, the Guardian shot kind of takes away your chance at a hole-in-one, so I'd rather take a little bit riskier shot on this hole, especially considering how close I got to making it, so. Really what I'm looking for in the rookie and the pro divisions, I'm just looking for really simple shots. I want to make things really easy on myself. I don't want to even give myself a chance of screwing up one of these holes. So I'll typically won't adjust too close to the rough. I won't. Yeah, that's really it. Is I just set myself up far away from any danger, and I make sure that I'm putting myself close enough to the hole, if I don't make it, that I'm pretty much guaranteed to make the score that I'm shooting for. So I may not get many extras, but I'm pretty much guaranteeing myself a good score at least. So this can be a good learning lesson right here. This is one of the shootouts for when you make it to Tour 11 from the second tee. And typically what you'll do on this hole is you'll line up as short as possible. And you can see I'm at minimum distance, but I typically adjust as if I'm at maximum distance. So I'm going to adjust a little bit over 2 rings here for 2.4 per ring. Max curl. Perfect ball. And hopefully I have enough backspin to stop at the hole. Not quite, but I mean that's still a pretty good effort with an extra mile, so reasonably happy with that. The next hole, hole number 4. So this is going to be another one of the New York holes. And I believe we'll need to stick with the extra mile. I'm going to go with my accurate rough and sand clubs. And I'm going to go with the Hornet as well. And we'll try out a Quasar ball. See if that has enough distance or not. If it doesn't, we'll probably need to move up to a Titan. So for the Pro Division, this hole should be a decent opportunity. The other 2 par 4s are definitely holes that you really want to eagle, but this one's not too bad as well. This one you can't drive the green like the other 2, so you're gonna have to make a Hornet shot or something like that. So I'm going to go 1 top spin and 3 right spin. And I'm sort of aiming for right about here. And I'm going to curl the ball back as well. Oh no. So that may be in the rough on the left side. Ooh, close. So that's not bad. So the one thing I really hate about the extra mile is you almost can't afford to hit a great ball on hardly any shots. So what that drive will set us up for is I believe, minimum distance Hornet shot. About medium distance. And this one 3 backspin, I'm going to aim it just on the right edge of the cup. And I'm going to adjust about a little bit over 4 rings. I think at mid-club, we're about 1.5 per ring. And that shot's a little bit uphill, so I took a little bit off for that as well. So that's why I adjusted right about 4 rings for that. The great ball ruined any chance I had of making the shot, but no big deal. So we'll see if we can't win this chest, and I'll start forfeiting after this hole. So hopefully this one will be downwind, so we can see the other way. Okay, so this will be perfect. So this will show you guys that are on tour 10. I'll show you how to play this shootout as well. These are some of the shootouts you'll see in tour 11. So really got to get these dialed in. If you don't, it's 10 million coins a game, so. So with this one, you're gonna wanna go be at max distance of your club, and then set up the ball guide just short and left of the hole. So something like that. And then adjust about 20% extra. So I'm going to go about 7 rings here. Well, never mind. Life's too short, I guess. But like I said, that pretty much fills up my chest slots. I'm sure I'll win one more before the end, so that's good enough for me. The next hole number 5. I don't know which direction the wind is going to be, so I'm going to stick with the extra mile, unfortunately. So I'm going to go extra mile, and big dog here. And I will go with the kingmaker here. I think the extra side spin is going to be really important on this hole. So we are straight downwind, so that should make this fairly easy. This is also a hole that you'll get on Tour 11, so playing from the second tee just like this, so definitely want to get this dialed in. Figure out how to play this hole, so this will be some good practice for those of you that aren't quite at Tour 11 yet. And that's a good shot there by our opponent. So how I play this hole. So I'm going to set up a couple rings away from the rough. So full right spin and about 2 top spin, it looks like. And then 2.5, 2.4 per ring. I'm going to just a little bit over 2 rings. And just a little bit of curl. Not too much curl, or your second bounce will hit the rough. But coming in pretty nicely there. If you want, you can probably go 2.5 top spin and curl it a little bit more. But by making it as far down as we did, we're going to give ourselves a really easy chance. A really easy eagle. It's going to be difficult to make the albatross. We'll give it a shot. I'm not sure where this guy is aiming. He's going to land in the bunker. Eesh. Don't quite understand that. But I will help him out, I guess, since I'm going to forfeit anyways. So 2.5 per ring. This shot is uphill, and we're not at max club. So I'm going to play it at about 3 per ring. It's about 1.5 rings there. Perfect ball. So this should actually be pretty close. Oh, just off. So, as you can see there, easy eagle. No worries at all. And we'll give this guy a little bit of a present. I definitely wouldn't typically do that, but feeling generous this morning, I guess. Hole number 6 is going to be a par 3. So I'm going to go quarterback on this hole. I'm going to go rock, actually. Now, we do need the backspin. So I'll bring the sniper, and I'll bring the quarterback. And as far as balls go, I'll bring probably a quasar. I'm not really trying to make this shot. It's a very difficult shot to make a hole-in-one on. So, really what I'm trying to do here is just put the ball really close to the hole. Because if you hit the ball too far on this hole, you can give yourself a really long putt. And kind of the same thing if you leave yourself too short. Not as long of a putt, but still not an easy putt. So if you have it, I think the quarterback is going to be the club to play here. Quarterback level 9. And this is kind of what I'm talking about right here. He didn't quite run all the way down, so his putt's not too bad. But you can actually run a little bit farther down than that, and you end up with a really tough putt. So, best, in my opinion, to stay away from that. So I'm going to go full back and right spin. And then I'm going to aim just out here to the right of the hole. Or left of the hole, sorry. And then I'm going to play about 5.5 rings. Not quite max adjustment, but pretty close. A little bit of curl. Ooh, close. So, I like that way of playing that hole. Pretty safe shot. You're not getting too close to the bunker or anything like that. And you're avoiding this right here, which is a long putt. So, alright, not sure how that went in, but this is a replay, so I was pretty sure that it was going in. So we'll get another chance at this hole right here. Got a different wind on this one though, so show you a little bit different way to play this one. So not quite at max club. I'm gonna aim up here above the hole because the wind's gonna kind of knock it down a little bit. And then from here I'm gonna go max ring adjustment. 7.5, about 8.5, and a little bit of curl. Yeah, so this one plays downhill a little bit, so even though we're not at max club, I still play max ring adjustment, just because the ball's in the air a little bit longer going downhill. So our opponent played pretty much the exact same shot we did, but didn't quite make it up the hill. So a little bit of extra curl and side spin that we had was just enough to make the difference. So moving on to hole number 7. So this is the other big one. Other than hole number 2, these are the 2 holes that we really want to get the extra shots on. So I'm gonna go extra mile. I'm gonna go Kingmaker, and that's really all we hopefully need. I think we got the exact same replay. So, oh, this is a tough wind. Alright, so full backspin, full right spin. So maybe 3 backspin. Okay, 2 backspin. So I like that right there, and I want to put the edge of my second ring up there in the middle of the fairway. Great ball, should be alright. And we'll see if that's close at all or not. Ugh, just too much. So, maybe kind of in between there. Maybe 2.5 backspin. Give 2.5 backspin a shot. And if that doesn't work, maybe 3 backspin. We are just a little bit downwind, so. We will have a shot out of the bunker to still make our eagle though, so not the worst result, but not quite what we were hoping for. You're really going to have to get that spin dialed in for this shot, because unless you have an apocalypse, you're not going to have enough curl and distance to get far enough right. So I think give 3 backspin a try. And if that's a little bit too much backspin, then back off to 2.5, but I think you need at least 2.5. See if we can get perfect ball here. Oh, not even close. Wow. Yeesh. That was bad. Alright, I'll go ahead and forfeit this one out then. I don't want to play another shootout. And that'll ensure that we don't qualify as well, which is pretty important. That was hole 7, so hole number 8. I'm going to try the sniper shot one more time. Maybe. We'll see where we are. If we have headwind, I'll try the sniper shot. And if we don't have headwind, then I'll go to the side like I typically do. Nice. So we got a little bit of headwind. So this is kind of the one instance where I would recommend at least giving this a shot once. Maybe not in your qualifying round, maybe try during your opening round when you have a few more holes to play with. But there's not many. If you can get 2 and if you can get 7, there's really not many extra holes that you can save a stroke on. So, pretty nice shot there. So I think I would definitely recommend at least giving it a shot. See if you can make the hole-in-one on this hole. So, I'm going to use a navigator to keep myself in range. I'm going to go 3 backspin. And for a ring adjustment, I'm going to go probably 4.5 rings. Something like that, and then a little bit of curl back that direction. And we'll see if that's close at all or not. Oh, come on. So, 3 backspin looks pretty good there. If you have a little bit of headwind, that's the one time I would try that shot. Just because it allows you to use more backspin, and it ensures that you land on the green surface. If you have a tailwind, I don't recommend that shot at all, because you're probably not going to be able to land on the green on the second bounce. And that's going to put you in a bad position. So. So, hole number 9, just playing for the eagle here. Not really trying to get too crazy aggressive or anything. If you want to try to get crazy aggressive, then you're going to want to bring your sniper. But my sniper on this account is only level 8, so don't think I'd recommend full topspin. I think like 2 topspin. Yeah. I'm gonna adjust 6 rings. And no curl. Oops. I don't recommend curl on this shot because if you curl it, there's a pretty good chance you could curl it too much and end up in that rough on the left side. And the reason I only recommend 2 topspin is because all those trees right there. If you put any more topspin than that on it, you'll end up behind those trees on your second shot. And it's going to make the second shot really difficult, so kind of take that out of play by only using 2 topspin. So, with the second shot being as downwind as it is, bringing a sniper probably isn't a bad option after all. But what I'm going to go with here is 3 topspin and 4 right spin. And I'll probably use a little bit of curl as well. So sort of aim that second bounce to land just short of the green. And play this about 3 rings. 2.5 per ring. And like I said, just a little bit of curl to get it over towards the hole. But the great ball is going to kind of throw out any chance of that going in, so. Not too bad there. Looks like I need to aim a little bit farther up. But easy eagle there. So here's our opponent. Oh, go ahead and watch his shot just to see how the sniper shot looks. Not too bad, yeah. So with this shot being straight downwind, I think I would bring the sniper, especially if you have a level 9 or 10. If you have a level 8 sniper like I do, definitely bring at least a Titan ball. But this should be a pretty easy eagle for you. Definitely bring the quarterback on the drive. Just makes putting yourself in the fairway that much easier. You can hit great ball and still land right where you want to land. So yeah, so sniper's going to give you a much better chance to make the albatross. So with this hole being straight downwind, I definitely recommend that. So we missed hole number 7, which is a little bit unfortunate, but other than that, not too bad. We would have shot minus 13, which would have put us on top of the bracket. I think in pro, I think you're really going to want to get number 7 figured out. If you can play these shots exactly as I just played them and get number 7 and shoot 28 under, I think you're going to have a pretty decent shot to win. Definitely a banner with 28 under. So that's how I play these holes, guys. Good luck with your rounds.